Start with a company that is helping to save lives in Atlanta, and they've been doing it for more than 15 years. Our next guest says all it takes is annual low-dose CT scans to detect heart disease, cancer, aneurysms, dementia, and other conditions before symptoms even start to develop. Please welcome COO of Virtual Imaging of Atlanta, Barry Petria. Hi, Barry.
Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Well, I was telling you that since you were on last time, I've just been thinking that I need to make an appointment with you, and I will do so.
Please.
But let's start with virtual imaging and how it empowers people to live a longer, healthier life.
We allow folks to come in without a doctor's referral, and we do everything from brain scans to heart calcium scores to full body scans. So we're looking for obviously cardiovascular disease, cancer, tumors, aneurysms, and a lot of other different anomalies that would probably go undetected until symptoms persisted.
Okay, heart disease, the #1 killer of Americans. We've heard that statistic before, but tell us about the virtual imaging heart scan.
Yeah, so every 34 seconds an American dies of heart disease, and within about 5 or 10 minutes you can come in, do a quick scan. We're going to give you a comprehensive score of how much calcium, which also is called plaque, in those 5 arterial pathways, and that's a really good predictor, the best predictor we have of cardiovascular disease.
Interesting. And then you have a personal story about how virtual imaging impacted your life. Can you tell me about that?
Absolutely. I joined in October of last year. I was 54 years old. I worked out every day, no real family history, and after a month or so, my staff made me take a scan and found out that I had a score of over 1,000, and most of that 1,000 was concentrated in my LAD, the left anterior descending, which is also called the widowmaker. So long story short, we tried to work on stabilizing that, but my calcium continued to rise, and at some point, middle of this year, we made the decision that I was probably going to get a stent. So ended up having a 72% blockage in that LAD. So I went to Northside and had a very quick and painless procedure that restored that blood flow and gave me a gear back that I did not know I had lost.
Barry, thank you for sharing that. And I know something else that's important too is that if you do detect something on a scan, you work with a network of physicians, so you can be referred out, that they will take care of you after. You don't just leave with, I have this issue.
Correct. So our clients will get comprehensive reports within a few days of their scans. Most of those reports come back benign, but when we do find issues, we have a network that we can refer to. We work directly with a lot of well-known practitioners here in the Atlanta area. We can always get people in the right hands.
All right, great. Cancer, #2 killer of Americans. Talk about what the scan does for that. 400
people a day die from cancer. We can do a comprehensive scan from head to pelvis, look at all those major organs from thyroid down through the prostate, everything in between. And if something shows up, we can then go down a diagnostic pathway and help those folks find out what those issues are, before symptoms persist.
Sure. All right. Sounds too good to be true in some aspects. So what does it cost? And tell everyone the best way to find a location near
The best way to get in touch with us is to call 770-678-SCAN.
Okay.
You'll be connected with one of our folks that can get you on the schedule. We have 2 locations, one in Johns Creek, the one in Sandy Springs. Come in, you'll talk to one of our consultants for about 30 minutes to an hour. They'll tell you about all of our different offerings, all of our memberships, and then at that point, you can decide to take a scan, or you can decide to become a member. Most of our clients are members, so they'll come in every year and do this preventative scanning.
Well, I often say a predictor to success is how long you've been around, and you obviously have been here for over 15 years, helping right here in the community. And I know you have a special offer for our Atlanta and Company viewers. Barry, tell me what about that?
Yeah, so normally when folks call in, they can come in and get a free heart scan. But for folks listening today, if you call in today and mention that you heard us on 11 Alive, we were going to give you a free heart and brain scan. So you're going to get 2 reports. You'll get that calcium score that goes through those 5 arterial pathways, and then you're going to get about 3 to 5 days later, you're going to get a report that's been read by a radiologist, and we're going to look for brain tumors, we're going to look for cancer, we're going to look for aneurysms. We'll do a white matter, gray matter analysis. That's a dementia predictor. Of course, if there's any previous strokes, we'll be able to see that, and any other infections or bone infections or sinus infections. So you'll get a comprehensive report for both the head as well as the heart, and then you'll also have the opportunity to do a full body and some of the other scans we have as well while you're there.
And it'll just be good to be there and find out what all your options are so you
Absolutely.
can become a member and start taking care of your health
It's
today.
a very relaxed, very informative, and very educational experience.
All right, Barry, thank you. I hope this is a call to action for many people watching today. I know it was for me personally, and I think you do that each time you're here, so thank you so much.
Thank you for having us back. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, we say likewise. All right, and thank you to Virtual Imaging for sponsoring that segment. All right, well, coming up next,